Hey fiber friends, let me share with you something that I just learned from Daniel at AlivePixel Creations for using my fiber laser and the jig adapter that he sent me and the jig for Monarch Pine jewelry. Okay, so the purpose of the jig adapter is you can leave this on your laser bed and just take out the jig. This stays put, this does not. But what happened was when I put this on my laser bed and I put my jig inside, the red dot was not in the middle of this design. So I was like, well, how am I supposed to line this up now? I'm gonna have to move everything. I can't just hit P and center it on my art. So I called Daniel and I said, help, can you create something that's specific to my laser? And he said, you don't need it specific to your laser. And he showed me this. Check it out. Okay, so right now, if I put this jig so that it's relatively centered around this dot, you can see that I can't secure the jig because they're not lined up with my dots. Excuse my mess here. Okay, so what I'm going to show you is mind-blowing to me, and so if it's mind-blowing to me, I'm sure I'm not the only one. Maybe I am, but either way, I'm sharing it with you. So what I want to do, again, this is all from Daniel Gonzalez. This is not my knowledge. This is him teaching me, and I'm sharing it with you. So if I decide this is where I want my jig to sit, I'm going to secure it here. You can go ahead and do that. Okay, so it's secure. If I drop my jig in though, like I said, it's not centered in my jig. My red dot is not there. So what Daniel told me to do was to loosen these 4 bolts. If you look underneath, you can adjust where the laser sits on your laser bed. So this is not your actual workspace in Lightburn. It's just your laser bed. So by using and loosening these 4 screws and adjusting where your laser sits, you can adjust where your red dot sits. So I'm going to go ahead and get this lined up so that my red dot sits in the middle, and then I won't need to move my jig after that. All right, so stick around and watch this go through. So what I did was I moved it over a little bit so that I could sit it in the side. And now initially I had used the screws up here, but I couldn't get it to sit in the middle. It was too far forward. So I was able to use the side of the jig adapter to secure it in place and have it completely centered. So it does take a little fiddling. You want to make sure that these are screwed in really tight, because once you've found your center, you don't want to have to move it again. But now you can still do anything you need to in here. Your jig is perfectly centered, and now you can use any of the jigs with the jig adapter. And it doesn't change anything about how you line your work up in Lightburn. So when you get your art in Lightburn, you select it, hit the letter P, so it goes to the center of the Lightburn screen, and that will sit directly underneath the red dot, and you'll be able to use all of the incredible jigs from AlivePixel Creations.